Welcome back to Some Offense Intended. I'm Jeremy Robinson,
I am Mike Mick.
and we redid the microphones again. I put them back on the boom arms because the shock mounts were too heavy for the tabletop
Yeah.
stands, because it's not a regular shock mount because the MV7s mount differently.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried it, and there was like one perfect balance point. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that. One of us bumps the table, both mics just dive.
That would not be a good sound on the
The
audio or on the YouTube.
Yeah, then we have to wait or just pick them up and
Hold them.
put everybody through hell, and they're listening to earbuds and just banging around. And
Yeah, that would not be.
yeah, not great.
We know somebody who listens on earbuds at work.
There's a lot of people that listen in earbuds.
Yeah.
I got the bike running on Tuesday.
Yes.
I got the truck running on Wednesday. So I'm super fucking excited. So I'm going through like buttoning stuff up, and whoever sold the truck took the blinker switch off, the turn signal switch.
Yeah.
Just took it.
Sick.
So I don't know who raised these fucking people. So they took the fuel pump. I already knew about that. I replaced it. Turn signal switch. So I bought another one, put it in. Doesn't work. I can turn the brights on, but it doesn't work. And the windshield wipers, but the blinkers don't work. So I'm looking up more and more about it. And there's a flasher relay that goes under the dash
Mm-hmm.
that you have to like climb up under there to get. They took that too.
Dick move.
Yeah. So I don't know what these people were fucking doing. We know these go bad, so we're going to fucking keep this one. Or something.
See, I actually had a Chevy at one point that had a problem with this relay. So when you turn it on, instead of being a normal flash, like tick,
Yeah.
it would be really rapid. Like I couldn't even.
Most of the time when it does the rapid click, one of the bulbs is burnt out, front or rear.
But I had changed the bulbs. I know the bulbs were not.
If you go to LED,
yeah,
because it's not enough amperage that feeds back and says like, hey, it's working correctly, it can rapid flash also.
It was really annoying.
Yeah.
Because it made the noise in the car a lot faster.
Oh yeah, tick 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 tick. Yeah, super annoying.
Yeah, I wanted to get rid of it. And I did. It was. I normally am a Chevy guy, but not that Chevy.
What was it?
It was a Cavalier.
Oh yeah,
It was gold, so that was all right. But I literally felt like I was sitting on the ground. The car I had before it was a Buick, where I was nice and comfortable. I had a lot of room, could stretch out. I got in that Cavalier. I would literally felt like I was sitting on the ground, and I did not have a lot of room. I felt crowded.
Well, the Cavaliers are pretty small.
Until I got rid of the Cavalier, I felt crowded every time I drove someplace. Plus, oh my God, it sounded like the wheels were going to come off at any time. I didn't want to put money into it.
Yeah.
So I just drove it until I traded it in and bought it.
Yeah, I just got my hoopty back because Josh was borrowing it because his dad's car was messed up. So
like I wouldn't even drive it on the freeway.
Yeah.
Because the wheels sounded like they were just going to come off if I went.
Probably wheel bearings.
Oh, there was a whole lot going on, yeah. But I just didn't. If it happened, it happened.
So you like Amazon return stories and
oh yes, I do.
Like these returns, those returns. So what ended up being the issue that the truck wouldn't start is so I replaced a lot of stuff to have to do with the high pressure oil system that feeds the injectors, and I'll keep it that so I don't lose everybody on the podcast that doesn't know anything about cars.
Yeah.
So after I did that, it still had a leak. I'm like, well, I took the main sensor out that you can put an air fitting on and test it. So tested it and it held. And when I took that sensor off, it came apart in two pieces. It's not supposed to. Like it's threaded. It's supposed to come apart, but it's not supposed to come apart that easily or when you take it out. So it took me like 15 minutes of like reach behind it and like super slow with pliers, like maybe a tenth of a turn at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And put a new one in because I have an extra one because I knew one of the other trucks was going to take it.
Yeah.
And I emailed the guy on eBay because that's where I bought them and was like, hey, by any chance, do these have a warranty? And sent him the pictures. I sent him two pictures, one of the first half and then one of part with the seal on it that the seal blew immediately.
Yeah.
Brand fucking new. So now that I think about it, it actually might make sense. He's like, I'm so sorry about that. I'll start a refund. and sent a refund for both sensors that I bought from him instead of just one.
Nice.
So it might have been because I sent 2 pictures.
Yeah.
But so I got $330 back.
Nice.
And I still have a good sensor.
Well, that's always a plus.
Yeah.
I like when it works out like that.
Yeah, that's fucking great. So now I just need to, after we finish recording this, I'm going to go get a turn signal relay so I can see if the blinkers work.
Yeah.
And then probably drive the truck around a little bit, clean it up, and post it. I'll probably post the bike this week too.
Nice. I told you about this already, but I'm going to mention it because the listeners weren't here to hear it. Like I told you, I went to Popeyes on the way here. Last time I'd been to Popeyes. I know this is shocking. They screwed up my order. Because, I always have good luck with that.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I was thinking to myself at home, what am I going to eat before I go do the podcast? And I remembered, I got rewards points. I can go get some free food. So I went ahead and got me the free chicken sandwich, some free chicken nuggets.
How bad did they mess your order up?
Oh, I got home and I had chicken strips, and they were not edible.
Because they were already gone because you ate them on the way home, or
no? Because they were like hard as a rock. They were
they were 3 days
like
ago.
they made them.
Strips.
It's like they made them and open, and then they still had them in the evening. And they're like, let's just give these to him.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah, well,
they were under the warmer. It's fine.
Yeah, they were warm. Not very. The chicken nuggets that day were cold too. The only thing that was hot was my chicken sandwich.
At least there's that.
Yeah. But I did have chicken nuggets, chicken strips, and a chicken sandwich. So, but today I just went with the chicken nuggets and the sandwich, and I ate them there.
No,
got a free drink
that's what
too.
I'm asking. I wasn't talking about what got you the points originally for the messed up
no,
food.
Today was good.
Okay, there you go.
Oh no, I would have got new food today. Because I was in the restaurant.
That's what I was asking. I'm like, how bad did they mess your order up that was free?
No, today was right.
Time? Okay.
Yeah, and the last time they couldn't say.
It's not every time. It's just often.
It's just often, yeah. The last time, though, they couldn't be like, no, you didn't order that. Because I'm like, well, I put it on the app. You can look it up.
Yeah.
I ordered it online. I like doing that.
So the Vegas Knights are doing really good.
Yes, they're very good.
That's the one game I saw them in person. They were sleeping.
They needed a nap.
Yeah. So
they probably played back-to-back nights. Yeah, as I recall, you did say they were not very good. But they're one game away from winning the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah. I can't get DraftKings to work on anything. I don't know if DraftKings just isn't allowed in Nevada because William Hill and Caesars and everybody else wants to be the one that runs everything.
Well, you could always do William Hill or Caesars.
Yeah, but I wanted to do you bet $5, get $200 in bets.
Yeah, I've never tried. Did you try it on your computer?
I'll do that after this too.
Yeah.
Because I tried it on my phone once I got home, not connected to Wi-Fi at work. So I don't fucking know. I'm really thinking that it's a not Nevada thing. Because a lot of crypto websites don't function in Nevada, and definitely not in the States.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. It's the same thing as the lottery. People are gonna get ways around it. Let people fucking do it. Period.
Yeah, let people buy what they want.
So the end of game 4, I don't know if you saw the different shots,
close-ups.
I
didn't see it. I just looked at it every so often to see the score to keep up on what was going on.
Okay, so at the end, I think it was 2.5 minutes left. They pulled the goalie. Florida did. So they could do a 6-on-5 push. And then with, I want to say it was 30 seconds left, 47 seconds something. It was a Florida power play. Because I don't understand. It looked like a Panther hit a Knight with a stick, like a solid whack on his arm on purpose.
Florida referees.
And they put the Vegas Knight in the penalty box. And they didn't do a replay.
He probably damaged his hockey stick.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened with that. However, now it's 6-on-4 plus the goalie.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're trying everything.
Yeah.
It's 3-2. They're trying to tie it up to go in overtime.
Yeah, like they did the game before.
And the last 15 seconds, 10 seconds, Hill, the goalie dives to block it. And he stays down for the last 5 to 10 seconds. And the different camera shots that you see is one of the Panthers shoots and it hits Hill's left foot, his skate,
Yeah.
and blocks it. And then this other Panther scrapes it back in, hits his left skate, hits it back in, hits his left skate. And then like the buzzer goes off, so he just slaps it behind the net like he's pissed. I'm like, bro, Hill's left skate is a better goalie than Bobrovsky.
It really is. Hill is playing just great. Right?
Yeah, and then it was an all-out brawl because they were just so fucking mad that they couldn't get the tie.
Oh yeah, I was mad that they got the tie the previous game, bastards. Then they won in overtime.
Yeah,
that's their one win so far.
So a couple friends were talking about it, like that it's to sell tickets. Of like the it's almost rigged thing,
yeah.
Like air quotes, it's almost rigged because I think somebody was saying the tickets are going for like $7,000.
Yeah, I got mine, didn't you?
No.
Oh.
Not at all. So if it goes to a game 6 or a game 7, the tickets are just going to be even more wild.
Yeah.
And people are going to fucking go. Like it's going to be probably packed.
Oh, it will be.
So they might lose this game to make it a 4-2 or a 4. It's because it's what?
It'd be 4. It'd be 3-2. 3 games to 2.
They're at 3 right now, aren't
but
they?
I'm saying if they were to lose this game,
okay,
it'd be 3-2.
So 3-2, and then they win the last home game in Vegas. So they lose one, win one.
Well, but
so
the thing is that they go Vegas, Florida, then Vegas. If it goes to game 7, if they were to lose Tuesday, then they go back to Florida. Then they come back to Vegas. I read the whole schedule this week.
2-2. Why the fuck would they do it like that?
I don't know.
That it goes 2-2, 1-1, 1-1.
I don't know. Like in basketball, at one time they were doing it where it went 2 at home, 3 away, and then 2 at home again. So that it finishes at home.
No, I mean that can kind of make sense. That's not a 1-1-1, so you're not just traveling for no reason.
I thought it was odd too, because right after the game on
they might not then, because that would be giving all the ticket sales to Florida.
Yeah.
So,
but that last game, but also like the Golden Knights aren't selling the tickets for $7,000. That's scalpers.
Well, yeah.
But right after the game, where it almost went in overtime but didn't, thankfully. I went on my phone to see when the next game was because I was like, are they traveling? What are they doing?
Yeah.
And then I saw it. And then when you said to me today.
Yeah, because I just figured, hey, what's a fucking set schedule? They did it last Monday. They did it Thursday. They did it Saturday.
So,
it's been a pretty standard
but at
Monday,
first I was
Thursday,
like, wait
Saturday.
A minute. Didn't I read that it was Tuesday? I actually went and looked at the schedule again just to make sure.
Yeah, because I just thought, why wouldn't they just do it
the
same? It would make sense.
And they give them an extra day for travel.
Yes.
Yeah,
I got an MRI this morning. That was interesting.
How'd that go?
Fine. I'm not claustrophobic, so
right.
it wasn't bad.
So they don't have the results for you?
No, not yet. I just checked online. They give me some portal access to see the results when it pops up. I think it'd be cool to see like what a shoulder looks like in an MRI. But
I've never had an MRI.
It's loud. Like they give you earplugs and then they give you like some apparently like all not metal headphones with relaxing music to help. But it's like neat,
Fun.
like super fucking loud. And then like a couple different pitches. I'm assuming different frequencies of the magnets. Because I think it said it was a 3-ton magnet. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's heavy.
So yeah, like
I almost couldn't pick that up.
It was getting super warm on like the back of my neck, like shoulder area.
Yeah.
Like definitely heating up. Yeah. Took like, I don't know, 15 minutes in the tube.
Yeah, I've never had one, so I don't know.
So
that'd be all new to me.
Find out soon if my shoulder's actually messed up or it's just messed up. I still don't know what I would want to happen. Because if it is messed up, cool. But it sucks.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that explains everything that I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But probably surgery for rotator cuff and then recovery and deal with all that.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to work on trucks and everything one-armed probably isn't going to be too great, especially because I'm right-handed.
Yeah.
So if it's fine, like if the rotator cuff isn't torn, great. But why is this such an issue with my shoulder if it's okay?
Yeah, that doesn't.
So
There's got to be something.
it's a win-win and a lose-lose.
But you're saying about being right-handed. See, when my finger got closed in a car door at Mercedes,
Yeah.
Every time it brushed against anything, it hurt.
Oh yeah.
Like it happened again.
Yeah, I've definitely slammed a couple fingers in car doors.
So for a while there, when I was doing the cars, I actually was doing it all with my left hand because I didn't want to brush my finger against anything anymore. It just hurt. And it wasn't even like I hit it against a part of the car. I would just brush it against like the door handle just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap.
Well, that's like wrestling with my brother a long time ago. He dropped me on my elbow, and still, like, it's not often anymore, but for a while it was even putting my elbow down weird on like a recliner, like a perfectly cushy, it's all cushion. If I rested my elbow weird, I would get this stabbing, shooting pain, like right in my elbow. Because apparently you can bruise your elbow sac, like the sac of fluid that goes around your elbow. You can bruise that, and it doesn't feel good.
I've actually seen where John Cena had an injury there.
I know you're lying.
Because I can't see him. I know. But he had what looked like a golf ball. It was just the fluid from his elbow right there on the tip. It looked like a golf ball on his elbow. It was weird looking.
I don't know that mine swelled up that much, but it was definitely, it sucks.
And he was wrestling too.
Yep. He just got paid for it.
Yeah.
And
he got paid pretty well for it.
Yeah, he got paid for it, and I just paid for it.
Yeah. Yeah, he got paid pretty well. He was one of the higher paid guys.
Something came up on my timeline that I thought I should ask you. And
I didn't do it.
It was a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire question. I don't know how long ago.
All right.
It was the $500,000 question.
But is that a trick question? I mean, who wants to be a millionaire? Oh, not me.
Yeah. Well, it grabs people's attention.
I know. I want to be a billionaire, though.
Oh, here goes the fan. You can't. I don't think you can hear it.
I can hear it.
Well, I mean, I can hear it outside the microphones.
Yeah, but I hope I don't hear it through the ear.
Yeah, so the shock mounts work.
Yeah.
You might be able to hear a little bit of airtime when mine's keyed on.
I was going to say, I was going to be professional and say, I can't hear it through the cans. That's what professionals call their headphones.
No. So this is what the guy looks like.
All right.
Okay. The question is, which of the following characters is not considered a Pokemon? $500,000 question on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Is it A, Jigglypuff, B, Frodo, C, Squirtle, or D, Pikachu?
B, final answer.
He thought about it for like 10 seconds and goes, I'm going to have to use the 50-50. So Regis, Kelly, whichever one, I think it's Regis.
Did they laugh at him?
No, he probably tried not to.
Yeah.
So Regis did that. Okay, so now it's between Jigglypuff and Frodo. So, I'm like, bro, come on. And he goes, you know what? I can't just walk away from $250,000.
I'm gonna phone a friend.
I'm gonna have to. No, he goes, I'm gonna have to just take the $250 and leave.
If I got to the $500,000 question and that was my question, oh my God.
Yeah. So
I'd be like, I'm gonna phone a friend and say,
it gets better. So then it cuts to Regis after the fact, because they still have to tell you what the answer is. It cuts to Regis after the fact, and he goes, like every adult knows, it's Frodo.
Yeah.
From The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Like, he's from Lord of the Rings also, but yeah, like he prefaced it with, as every adult knows. Or like obviously knows or something. There was a couple qualifiers that like he threw in there as like a definite stab at the guy. $500,000 question.
See, I would do phone a friend just to tell the person I'm about to win $500,000.
Yeah, that's
somebody did that with the million.
First guy that won the million. He had all his lifelines left. He called his dad on the final question just to tell his dad that he was about to win $1 million. That's fantastic. So, yeah.
But there's the episode of Futurama where Fry is on there, and they asked him what the hammer a nail in with, and his answer was D, nail. That was like $1 million question.
It's Fry.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't say my hand.
I'm surprised he would get on a game show. They usually have to quiz you.
Yeah.
So, see that you can say some things, right?
I think it was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was filming in Vegas, and I went to be like in the audience, and they have like everybody that's there fill out this questionnaire at the beginning.
Yeah.
And they pick who's going to be on it from there. And I was not selected.
Yeah, I think you would have mentioned by now that you've been on there. Right, well, I know we've talked about this topic before about the predictions from TV shows, specifically The Simpsons.
Yeah.
But I saw something yesterday where they were talking about different shows that had predictions that were right. One of them was on Saturday Night Live. Chris Rock is looking through all these different things, and he sees all these old VHS tapes, and he sees one, he picks one up, and it's O.J. Simpson, and it says, "I didn't kill my wife, but if I did, here's how I would do it." Years later, his book comes out. "I didn't kill my wife, but if I did, here's how I would do it."
So, since Chris Rock is the one that said that, would he be able to get a piece of the revenue from the book?
Well, he didn't write it, though. I think it was...
It doesn't matter. It's the title of the book.
Yeah.
Or yeah, so either Chris Rock or like whoever, like sometimes on Saturday Night Live, like they improv all their stuff.
I was going to say Lorne Michaels, maybe.
Or if it's one of the writers.
Because it actually had a VHS like case. Like,
oh, okay.
Like
I thought he'd just pick it up and
it looked like something you'd buy in a store.
Improv something.
Yeah,
so whoever, like whichever writer that is, maybe that's like who helped him publish it. Hopefully. That's a great title for a book.
They're calling that a prediction that came true. And then, I don't know, did you ever see the show Quantum Leap?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that show. But there was an episode where he's in a football game, and he's trying to get Al, and Al isn't showing up. And then Al shows up. He's like, "Where were you?" He says, "I was watching Super Bowl number 30. The Steelers are down by 3. Super Bowl 30, Steelers played against the Cowboys, and at one point in the game, we're down by 3, 20-17.
Huh.
So they said that was a prediction as well. And then the last one, have you ever seen the Simpsons episode where they had the fish with 3 eyes?
Oh, yeah. I was going to say probably not, but I actually have. I've seen clips from it, not the whole episode.
Well, apparently, years after that episode, near Argentina, they found a fish with 3 eyes.
That's not surprising at all. There's lizards with 2 heads, snakes with 2 heads, goats with 2 heads.
Well, this happened to me in water that they poured their leftover hot water out of their reactors into that lake.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, like, there's just with how much goes on in nature in general.
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
No, not surprising, but
that it's not really a prediction so much as
I don't think any of them
happenstance.
I don't think that Quantum Leap was really predicting that Super Bowl 30 was going to have the Steelers. I think they just got lucky. I don't think that Saturday Night Live was really thinking that there was going to be a VHS like that or a book, you know?
Yeah.
But it happened. You put something out in the universe and, sometimes it happens.
Yeah, just like when I cashed that first $1 million check.
Yeah. Like when you won Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Exactly.
And I won The Price is Right.
You're always talking about fast food. So it reminded me this one time in Vegas, I stopped by the Arby's on Durango.
Yeah.
And I was like, I haven't had Arby's in a while. Like, let's go get Arby's. I think it was like 2016 or 2017. And the time matters because of what I found when I went into the Arby's. Order my food, get a drink, go over to the fountain, and there's Game Fuel. Like the original Halo Game Fuel.
Mm-hmm.
From like 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah, from 2007. 10 years later, like the manager found a box with the concentrate still in the back and the sticker that you can throw on the thing and was like, you know what? I'm going to put this in. It still tasted just as fucking good. It was I stayed for probably 30, 45 minutes just to refill my cup like 4 times.
Nice.
10 years, and it's fucking still great.
Nice. Speaking of fast food, though, I was at a Carl's Jr. This is not a good story. I was at a Carl's Jr. It was in Henderson, not far from Boulder Highway.
Okay.
So we're in there. We go in. We go to order the food. Person I'm with says they want to try the milkshake that's on. She's like, I want to try it. And she says whatever the milkshake was. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it might have been salted caramel. I don't know. And they're like, oh, no, we don't have that. And I turn and I look behind me. I'm like, that's weird because you have it advertised on literally every table in your restaurant right now. There's a table tent with that milkshake on every one of these tables, and you don't have that.
Yeah.
Not, I'm out of that. It's, you don't have that. We don't serve that type. And I'm like, that doesn't add up.
I think I've gotten a similar response around the time that like the Shamrock Shakes come out at McDonald's, or like the random seasonal. Maybe it was like the pumpkin pie shake or the eggnog shake at Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't do that. I'm like, yeah, you do.
Yeah. You advertise it on TV.
Maybe
and
nobody's
on your tables.
told you yet. Go look in the freezer.
Yeah.
Get one of those bags and go throw it in the fucking thing.
Yeah. It's not difficult.
Yeah, no.
Well, so this gets better though. So we order our food. We all get our food. She doesn't get the milkshake. We go, we sit down, we're sitting there waiting for our food. Everything is taking a long time. They had a full staff. They had a lot of people. We're sitting there waiting. These other people come up, they order after us. And they're sitting, they're waiting. Time just keeps going. We're like, where the fuck's our food? And then at one point, the people who came in after us, they had to go back up to the counter and go, listen, we can't wait. We have to go back to work. This is our entire lunch hour. They had to refund the money because they sat there waiting for their food for the entire lunch hour. So they had to go back to work without lunch.
That's shitty.
Yeah.
Wow.
And shortly after they left, they brought our food over to us finally.
Did you get their food too?
No, I should have though.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, but that is like I never went back to that Carl's Jr. again.
Speaking of lunch, there's I've been meaning to talk about this for a while. The blatant, like the obvious observations.
Yeah.
That just drives me fucking wild. Oh, is that chicken?
Oh yeah.
Oh, is you eating steak? Like that is what's on my fucking plate.
Yeah, it's
I'm not just airing it out for all to see and then I'm just gonna throw it away.
Yeah. That same person gave me crap about my porta subs. You keep eating porta subs, you're gonna turn into a porta sub. Yeah, because that's how it works. But one day I said to him, I guess I could eat ramen noodles every day like somebody else.
Yeah.
He didn't like that.
No, not at all. Well, that's like you're in the kitchen, making food, cooking, doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're cooking?
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I'm doing. Oh, nice.
I used to have a roommate who would he'd be like, "Oh, getting something to eat?" I'd be like, "No, I'm building a rocket to the moon."
Do you want another one?
Yeah.
I didn't know how to respond to that one, did you?
No. But he'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing? Watching TV?"
Yeah.
No, I'm building a nuclear bomb. What the fuck does it look like I'm doing?
Watch TV. No, I just have
That's
that
not
on.
making conversation.
I just have that on and I'm pretending that something else is going on and I'm just have my eyes closed. I have the TV turned on so I don't have to watch it.
Summer on Rick and Morty has a great response to that when Jerry says something stupid like that to her. He's like, "I'm just making conversation." She's like, "You're not making conversation. You're holding me verbally hostage." Because there's nowhere we can go with a conversation with this.
That's a lot of times I'll just ignore them.
Yeah.
Like ignore all of those statements. Or I'll say something that's like passive aggressive or petty, however you want to define it.
Yeah.
Such as, what are you doing? Like when you're in the kitchen making food and they can observe all of this.
Mm-hmm.
What you making? Breakfast.
Yeah.
Like another question was meant for like, what are you cooking?
Probably the question is gonna have some extra?
Maybe, but no.
But speaking of breakfast, I'd seen that the Sands Regency is no longer the Sands Regency.
Yeah.
It's now the J Resort, and it just had its grand opening this last weekend. But part of the grand opening, which the article I was reading kept calling it a groundbreaking. I'm like, no, the ground's been broken a long time ago.
Yeah, it's not a new build.
This is a ribbon cutting or grand opening. This is not a groundbreaking.
Yeah, and groundbreaking is before the building's even put up.
Yeah, that's when you literally break the ground.
Yeah.
So, but it mentions all these places you can eat there. So I'm looking, thinking, okay, it says there's a place for breakfast there. So I look it up, and I'm like, I'm looking at all the different restaurants there. They have a buffet. So I look at this buffet. They have a breakfast buffet. So I'm like,
how much?
Hold on. Here I am. I'm going, fuck yeah, this is awesome. I can't wait to have a breakfast buffet. Then I'm reading the prices. There's 2 prices listed. Kids price, $16.99.
Holy shit.
Adult price, $26.99. And there's no difference between breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
If I'm going to pay $27 for all you can eat, I'm going to go get sushi.
Yeah.
Or Korean barbecue.
But I'm not doing it for breakfast. I mean, as much as I love breakfast is one of the cheaper meals of the day.
Yeah. And eggs are back down in price. I just paid $7 for 5 dozen.
Yeah. I was just saying, it shouldn't be the same price for dinner as it is for breakfast.
No, not at all. That's wild.
So I don't know if there's something wrong with their website.
I wonder if they're going to do a like sign up for a player's card, get a free buffet.
I hope so.
Because I would try it.
Yeah.
Because like Palace Station started a breakfast buffet before I came up here, and I went to it once. It was pretty good. It was only like $11.
But you see, when I first read breakfast buffet, I'm like, fuck, Jeremy's going to love this.
Yeah.
We'll have to go there one day. Then I read the price. I'm like, fuck that.
Jeremy's going to hate that.
Jeremy's going to hate that. So do I. I just can't see spending $27.
Absolutely not. That's wild.
I mean, what are they having for their breakfast? I mean, there better be a fucking incredible breakfast buffet.
I better have an omelet the size of my arm made from quail eggs.
Yes. I would totally eat that, too. I've had a quail egg.
80 eggs, 100 eggs to make that omelet?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've had a quail egg shooter at a...
I had a quail egg. It was made into a Scotch egg. It was good.
Like, yep.
Mine was like hard boiled
delicious.
with like a breading around it. So it was like
I don't know what a Scotch egg is, but quail eggs are like an inch.
Oh, I know they're small.
So it's like, I'm full.
But it was delicious. I really liked it. It was part of the Caesar salad. Not that I ordered the Caesar salad, but somebody else gave me some of it.
I think that's an important part of information you left out. I thought you just got like, can I have a quail Scotch egg, please?
No.
And they were like, here you go. Are you sure it wasn't just a crouton that you mistook for a quail egg?
I promise you, it was not a crouton.
Pretty sure it was a crouton.
Because I could see the yolk in it. It was pretty delicious. But like I said, I wasn't actually. Which part of that would be more unbelievable? The fact that I ate a Scotch egg, or me ordering a salad?
The fact that you thought a Scotch egg from a quail was not a crouton.
It was coated in breading. Trust me, it was an egg. It was delicious. It was at Gordon Ramsay Steak.
I would believe they have those.
Yes, they do.
I don't know if I've been in, I think, Gordon Ramsay Steak, but I don't think I've eaten there. I haven't eaten at any Gordon Ramsay restaurants.
They've got a tunnel that you walk in when you go in, and it's to represent the tunnel that goes between London and Paris.
Ah.
It's kind of cool. I've eaten at that one. I've also eaten at Gordon Ramsay Burger, and I've also eaten at the British pub at Caesars.
Might have been a burger that I went in. I think I had a drink there and didn't eat.
It was that's at Planet Hollywood.
I think so.
It is.
No. I think that's the one I went to.
I've been to there actually more than once. There's another good that right in that area, right there, because you got right in Planet Hollywood. You've got Burger. In the Miracle Mile, you've got Ketchup Premium Burger Bar. Across the street over at Cosmopolitan, you've got Holstein's. And then just a little bit on the other corner, you've got Bobby's Burger Palace. You cannot go wrong with burgers there. If you can't find a good burger there, then you're not looking. You're deaf, dumb, blind. You walk into McDonald's, which is right there too. I don't know.
Isn't there a Smash Burger right across the street too?
There might be one near there.
It's a
I
fashion
love
show,
Smash
I think.
Burger. I miss.
Like right
That's a
outside
little
fashion
further
show.
down. That's
Okay.
closer to the Venetian.
It's been forever since I've been to the Strip.
Yeah.
It's all.
Well, I used to go
It's all
right
right
there at
there.
work every day.
Yeah. So I liked the car terrifying story swap that we did.
Yeah.
How about the unsafest work stories?
Oh, I don't know.
Whether it's you or someone else, it doesn't have to be you. Something you've witnessed,
Well, we've always talked about the person who.
and it doesn't have to be at this job.
Well,
So that
but
we can keep that.
well,
out of the
we
way.
do know about somebody who was drilling into metal up above his face.
Oh yeah, looking up, like safety glasses off so that he could look up and like
Safety
drilling.
glasses on his forehead instead of
Yeah.
covering his eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, drilling into metal.
Because it's really pleasant
Staring
if
up
you
into
get
it.
surgery on your eye to pull metal
I
out.
promise it's not. I've had it done.
I know.
It's not surgery. They use like it's basically a Dremel.
Yeah.
With like a really tiny router bit that's medical grade.
Yeah.
And it's basically like hold your head still and your eye open, so like they do the numbing drops and whatever.
Yeah.
And so like it just feels like, why is this so close to my eye?
Yeah.
And it smells.
And you can't
it
close
smells
your
like
eye.
a dentist's office. Like when they're burning your eye.
Yeah.
Because it's spinning super fast. Like they're carving part of your eye out to get all the metal.
Yeah.
So it
Wow.
smells like a dentist's office when that drill thing is going and all of this.
So
I'm
he
like,
would have had a good time.
yeah. So did that, and then they're like, yeah. So like it already started hurting. So he gave me more numbing drops like right before I left, because he's like, you drove here, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, I'll give you more numbing drops so that you can make it home. He goes, take some ibuprofen when you get home. It's probably gonna hurt. Because I don't envy you or something. I'm like, it probably shouldn't say that to people.
Yeah, no.
No, he was not lying. I had the worst headache for like 2 days.
Yeah.
I got metal in my eye. I don't recommend that. And I was wearing safety glasses.
I did want to see some people. They had this weird dolly that they were using to put a vending machine up a flight of stairs. It had like a step that would.
Yeah, it has
Oh,
like that
lift it over.
the triple, like,
It had a mechanical
Tank
thing.
thing,
That,
yeah.
yeah.
those are cool.
And the way they were doing it, they didn't look like they were real safe. Like at any minute, they were going to drop that fucking thing, and somebody was going to get crushed by a vending machine. And actually, literally every year, I don't know how many it is. I think I heard one time it was like 12 people a year get crushed by a vending machine.
Yeah, probably because they're trying to shake it to get free stuff.
Yeah.
And they don't
Shake
know
it
how
from
to-
the side, so if it falls in front of you, not on top of you.
Well, if they shake it from the side, they're just going to shake it towards themselves from the side.
No, he's See,
I
like,
understand what you mean.
because like if I were to do it, you and I would be on each side of it,
Yeah,
or we would just put a couple bucks in and get whatever the fuck we were looking for.
that would be that one.
Yeah,
Why won't this adjust?
I like it when people
fine.
get their arms stuck in a vending machine.
Yeah, trying to reach up through everything. So a couple of my favorites, and these are all me.
Yeah.
When I worked at Best Buy. Because in the back, in the warehouse, that's when I say I used to work in the Best Buy warehouse, people think like it's a distribution warehouse. It's in the
Yeah.
back of the store. So in the back of the store, where we keep all the big TVs, the extra printers, like everything that's not on the floor,
Yeah.
is in the warehouse in the back of the store.
Yeah.
On steel racks that are like Costco's, like that tall, basically the same setup. And the same like wire rack shelving. That's very important to this next part of the story. So we had, I think it was like 6 half plastic pallets that are the full length, but half the width.
Yeah.
So I was putting those away and put them up all the way like in this corner on the very, very top. And I was the fastest of getting any orders or any products or anything because I was unsafe about it. Like I was careful, but unsafe.
Yeah.
Because I would climb the steel, grab a printer, and then like climb down one-handed with the printer like resting on my arm.
Yeah.
And the same with TVs, up to like a 65-inch was what I was doing before I left.
Yeah.
So I climb in the corner to get a printer, And I had just put these stack of half pallets there that I was sure was all the way, like all 3 pallet supports were all the way on the shelf. So I go to support my weight on the plastic pallets, and it just slips off, and I start falling. So I kept a foldable box cutter in my right pocket, like clipped into my right pocket. So I start falling, and I'm like, the ground didn't come any closer. Like, what's going on? So that the lip on that wire rack that those have,
Yeah.
the clip on the blade hooked into that, and then the blade caught me by the pocket, and I just hung from the rack just from the blade in my pocket. I'm like, oh.
That's a little crazy.
Oh. So I grab the shelf and like take it off. Okay. Like climb back up, put the blade in my pocket, and like climb down. I'm like, oh, that was terrifying. Like great, but terrifying.
Yeah.
So, and then it bent the clip. I ended up losing it on the freeway on my motorcycle like 3 days later because it no longer wanted to stay in my pocket. I'm like, well, thank you.
I do have a story I remember. This was a long time ago. I was in elementary school. I remember across the street from us, they were doing some work on a house. Now, it wasn't my job, obviously, because, like I said, I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
But they were doing some roof work. And this guy had his circular saw. And he thought he's going to save time and remove the safety guard off of it, off the blade.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that.
Yeah, well, he regretted it when the ambulance was there picking him up to take him. Because he put a big gash into his leg.
I was going to ask where.
Yeah. Deep into the muscle.
Yeah, because that's a lot of times like it'll jerk forward, back, like
yeah,
they're wild. And then just like with the angle grinder, like when I finish using an angle grinder, I always wait for it to stop spinning or set it down like on concrete, leaned a little bit so that it can't go anywhere and damage anything. Because just like a chainsaw or circular saw, it's gonna spin for a little bit after you let go.
Yeah.
So when it's spinning, don't be dumb.
Just catch it with your hand.
Yeah.
That is not a recommendation.
Not legal advice. So my favorite one. Do you know what a Big Joe is?
Yes.
So the Big Joe that we had in the back of the warehouse was the one with the platform. It was like a, I don't know, 5x5 or 4.5 foot by 4.5 foot platform.
Yeah.
With the little boom arm coming out that had the safety belt with the lanyard on it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was doing, I unloaded a bunch of TVs, flat screens, the thin flat screens. Thankfully, I didn't work at Best Buy when we had tube TVs.
Yeah.
That would have been a nightmare.
Nightmare, yeah, I was just going to say that.
So unload all the TVs off the truck, and I'm going to put them away up on the racking. And I put them all on Big Joe and like put all the chains up to keep the TVs from falling off. Like load Big Joe all the way full. So now I'm standing on the outside of Big Joe holding the chains and holding the up button to go all the way to the top shelf. So I get all the way to the top and I'm like, shit, this is the wrong side. So the up and down button is only on one side. So I'm like, I can either go down, go all the way to the end of the aisle, turn it around, come all the way back, and then do it again. Mm-hmm. Like, I have an idea. So I grabbed the belt and the lanyard because I didn't have it on. I grabbed the belt and the lanyard, put it on, and I'm like, because the shelves are, I don't know, like 7.5, 8 feet apart.
Yeah.
So I'm like, pull the lanyard out a little bit and then pull it quick to lock it. I'm like, this should be good. And I jump out away from the Big Joe to swing over to the other top shelf on the rack. I made it. It was fucking dope. Right as I did it, my supervisor walked into the warehouse. And he see me do it. He goes, what the fuck? That was cool. Don't do that again. So, like, a couple of the guys already called me Spider-Man from climbing on and everything all the time. Like, he's like, that's now you're Indiana Jones too. But yeah, so like Best Buy was a really fun place to work.
I do recall one day I had gone over to my dad's house. He's like, yeah, just come around the backyard. I'm doing something in the backyard. So I go around to the backyard. I see my dad. He's got One hand, he's got a saw in his hand. The other hand, he's holding the piece of wood on a Rubbermaid garbage can. So at least it was a quality garbage can. And he's sitting there cutting it with that. And I'm like, oh my God.
I mean, it don't matter.
Yeah, but then for Christmas that year, I went and bought him a workbench, the Craftsman one, adjustable. It has like it has everything. I mean, it was nice. Like you could just you had little knobs, you could tighten it. You could,
Okay, so like a vice of sorts to like hold everything still.
Yeah.
A woodworking.
So when
bench.
I gave it to him and he unwrapped it, which there's a funny story with that in a second, not with the unwrapping, but how I got it wrapped, because this thing's huge.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I never want to see you cutting out a garbage can again. At any point, something could go wrong there. You know?
Yeah.
And if I hadn't stopped by and something had gone wrong, he'd been in his backyard by himself, bleeding. Probably a lot.
Well, yeah, but like you're supporting this on the garbage can over here and you're cutting over here. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but the garbage can gives out. Anything could happen.
I mean, is it an 80-year-old garbage can?
Well, it wasn't new.
Is he standing on the wood on the garbage can?
There's a reason it was in the backyard and not one of the ones he took out to the street.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I just thought, but I do remember, but I said there was a funny story about getting it wrapped, you see, because I'd bought this at Sears. I mean, it was Craftsman.
Yeah.
And
they also had a gift wrapping station around the
well, they had
Christmas
a
holidays.
gift wrapping station where you donate some money, and they had a certain amount for a large gift. You had to see the look on their face when I'm like, yeah, here's my large gift. Here's your money. It's not my fault you didn't have XL and double XL.
Yeah. And there's no limitations on the bottom. I see that. It says you'll wrap anything.
Yeah.
I want that riding mower wrapped.
Yeah, so they wrapped it, and at first they're like, we don't even know how we're going to do this.
Like, okay, I'll come back.
I'll be back. I did. I said, I'll be back.
I'm going to go eat lunch. Have a good day.
I did go get something to eat, too. Cause I think that mall had an Arby's there, so I think I definitely went and had Arby's.
I had Arby's. I think it was like a month and a half, 2 months ago. I had Arby's when I went to Fernley or Fallon for something, and like it's okay. I miss how good Arby's used to be.
Yeah, I was once in a place in Nebraska, Hastings, Nebraska. We were at a place at a mall there, and they had an Arby's there, and I ordered food and I got the potato cakes. I like the potato cakes. Normally, though, when they're just cooked and they're fresh, they will say to you, be careful, they're hot. They didn't say that on these. I picked this thing up, I bite into it. Holy crap. This thing was fucking volcanic. My tongue was burnt and it hurt all day long. Had that weird...
You don't know to test things?
I was hungry. I tested it. My tongue felt weird all day from that burn, though.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but...
So, another one at Best Buy. It's definitely unsafe. So, I think it was one of the Black Friday trucks. So, we had a lot of the staff there for the warehouse. And there was product everywhere. And the Wii's and the PS3s were hot sellers. So, we got massive amounts of them. And there's nowhere to store them on the floor. There's nowhere to store them here or there to keep them up so that people don't steal them. We put it at the top shelf, like the top rack above the receiving desk. And because we had so many of them and there was product everywhere, we couldn't take Big Joe over there. So I'm like, I have an idea. Like, somebody get up there. So somebody got Big Joe and went up all the way to the top shelf from another side. Mm-hmm. And I stood, I don't know, it was probably like 30 feet away. And got the super bright yellow two-step. Yeah. Like the tall plastic one. Mm. So I put that in front of me, and I'd pick up a Wii box. Are you ready? And then just launch it at him. Just shot put the Wii box at him. He'd catch it. I just kept going. There's probably like 50, 70-something Wii boxes. I'm like, all right, I'm going to take like a 3-minute breather, and I'll throw the PS3s. He's like, you're going to... Okay. He's like... do one, and we had like 2 or 3 people standing to catch if the PS3 fell. Mm-hmm. Like after the first Wii box, like those were light. That was nothing. Yeah. The PS3 boxes,
Heavy.
it took a little bit more force.
Yeah.
But, and he cut his arms up pretty good with catching those PS3 boxes. Because I don't know if you've gotten a cardboard cut before.
Oh, I have.
From Sony.
Not from
Because
Sony, but
Sony knows how to make some skin cut and cardboard. Yeah.
well, Sony
Oh,
made,
yeah. No, but because Sony has the shiny, like, pressed together, like, it'll slice you quick.
Yeah.
The PS3 boxes would. So I started just slinging PS3 boxes, and they're like, this is wild. So everybody else is still unloading the truck, taking stuff out to the floor, doing whatever. Me and this guy are still just playing catch with consoles until the whole stack's gone.
Nice. There was one day I was trying to help somebody out, and I picked up a big box, and went to hand it over, and it sliced the shit out of my hand. I didn't put my gloves on. I'm like, I should be fine to pick up one box. I was wrong.
Yeah, that's when I worked at Best Buy. I almost never wore gloves, and that was a big mistake because cardboard absorbs the oils from your hands, and it makes it really dry, and then like it's just miserable, and all your fingers bleed, and it's just horrible.
Yeah, I've been there.
So I think it was shortly after that shipment that we moved a bunch of the PS3s out to the top shelf, like on top of everything on the floor, so they'd be closer if people needed them. And when I was doing that, like the safe part of it,
yeah,
is when I sliced the hell out of my hand with a PS3 box, like across 3 fingers, like right in the knuckle fold.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of what it had with me with the box.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, I should have just thrown them. I knew it. And I just started laughing. But yeah, I miss, like, I didn't get paid much. I miss what used to happen at Best Buy.
But it's not a paper cut. It's a cardboard cut. It's like a paper cut, only thicker.
Yeah, it's a paper product.
It's bigger. I mean, it's a bigger cut. It sucks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's a lot more dirt involved. So, like, it's already, like, the starts of an infection immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, doesn't feel good at all.
No.
But, yeah, I miss the shenanigans. I miss the people. And it's the same store that I got thrown. I told that story on one of the first episodes.
Yeah, I remember. There were some jobs I've had that I actually kind of miss. Mostly the people, not really the job itself, but the people.
Yeah.
Like there was some shit we used to do at one of the places I bartended at. Like we had to do inventory weekly.
Yeah. A lot of bars do that.
Well, one of the restaurants I worked at where I'd help them do inventory, we only did it once a month. That's not bad.
Yeah.
For this place, I'd pick up the liquor bottles and I'd read off how much is in it, and then the other person would write it down. Then I'd count how much beer was in the coolers, and then when we got done, we were done, and the kitchen was done. We'd all go down to the bar, and
to make the inventory count incorrect.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Well, we drank keg, so you can't see inside. You can't really get it.
You don't like weigh them. It's just a.
It's kind of eyeball. I mean, kind of.
It's heavy.
Oh, that's about half.
It's heavy-ish.
Yeah. But we'd sit behind the bar so that and we'd reach through and fill the tap because there was a camera. We knew where the camera wasn't picking us up, so we sat right there, and then we'd reach through and fill our beer, knock it back, and we had one of those Mega Touch machines that we could play the different games on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we photo hunt. We'd play that. That's a fun one.
It can be. Sometimes they really don't know the words of the things they're describing.
Well, photo hunt, that's where you have the two pictures side by side, and you pick out what the differences are.
Oh, well, there's also photo hunt of, like, find the hidden objects in it. Like, there's the different names for all of them.
But we used to play that one, and we'd all be sitting there having drinks, and usually a couple shots, too. So it made it interesting. And then sometimes we play Golden Tee. Or like we had a skiing game.
A what?
Skiing. You know, ski?
Skiing.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you have a skiing game?
Well, because you stand on it, you hold your sticks, and then you...
Oh, okay. It's one of the...
Yeah.
It's like the motorcycle simulators. You just stand on an elliptical and pretend you're on the Alps.
Well, you don't actually have to elliptical. You just kind of lean and stuff. And you try to cut the like the gates
Yeah.
as you're going down, try to get a better time.
Same basic concept.
Yeah. We had NFL Blitz too.
I miss the old NFL games.
The NFL Blitz, that was a crazy one.
Yeah. Madden 64, NFL Blitz.
NFL Blitz, you could do so many different types of play. Like when you'd get on fire, your quarterback would jump like 5 feet in the air and throw the ball on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was
so much fun.
Yeah. And then you'd hit each other and the bodies would go flying. Yeah, it was a fun game. And then also if you had a Nintendo 64 at the time, you could actually take and make plays on your Nintendo 64 for Blitz. Take it to one of the arcade games, pop your memory card in there and use your plays.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I had a little thing on the side for the N64.
I don't think I ever had. I had rumble packs for the N64, but I never had. Might have had one memory card, but my brother always used it. I don't know that I ever had a memory card to use until like the PS2. No, PS1 I had a memory card too.
Yeah, there were some of the games I had to have one.
Because it used to be like the first memory card available for PS1 was 8 megabytes.
But I think the Rumble Pack might have had a memory card built in it.
Nope. It had this slot so you could use it still.
Yeah, I forgot.
But
I'm trying to remember.
It definitely didn't have one built in.
I like that though. I like that controller. I like the Rumble Pack. I liked everything about it.
They were just so awful with the stick drag and just how everything went because everybody would wrap the cord around it and like mash the joystick to the side.
Oh yeah, I never did that.
But there was a decent design on those controllers. Is when you turn the system on, wherever the joystick is, that is center.
Yeah.
So like if it's lazy to the left, and you just set it down and turn the N64 on, that's now center.
Yeah.
And nothing now does that.
No. Yeah. They forgot how to do it.
Yeah. Everything now is just stick drag to the max.
Oh, yeah.
And it's awful.
Like the Switch has some of the worst stick drag.
On the Joy-Cons?
Yeah. It's so bad. Now mine, it's not bad on them because I rarely use the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Because I bought the Pro controller because that's much better to use anyway.
I don't remember if we talked about it on here. I know I've talked about it off of here. My roommate got the Legend of Zelda Switch.
Yeah, you told me about that.
That doesn't come with the fucking game.
That's ridiculous.
I don't understand.
You would think it at least have a
limited edition
copy.
console.
You would think it would have the digital copy somewhere.
Yeah, a limited edition console based on a video game.
Should come
like it's not just a Zelda Switch. It's whatever the fuck the new name.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's the Breath of the Wild Switch.
Actually, no. Tears of
the Kingdom.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild, the previous one.
Yeah, it's a whatever that is. It's that Switch.
Yeah.
And it doesn't come with the game. That's wild.
I just don't get it. I figured there'd be some kind of digital copy or something.
Yeah, no, just a pretty design.
See, like my Switch came with a Mario Kart.
I don't even think this came with that. I'd have to ask.
No, mine's Mario Kart Edition. It came with the digital.
Yeah.
But I do have a kind of a funny story involving the new Zelda game. There's a part where you're...
Are you still pretending that it's not GTA Zelda, or have you accepted the fact that it's GTA Zelda?
I will say it's wide open, but it's nothing like GTA.
It's GTA Zelda.
You can't build things out of gum and...
That's not what Roger said.
In GTA, you can't. Have you ever built a car in GTA?
I don't play GTA.
Well, I guarantee you've never built a car in GTA then. but there's a part where my guy is up on this very tall area. He's supposed to jump down. But there's a very important thing. And this is a long drop. You have time to think about it as you're going. And he's falling and falling. I'm like, looks like he's going to make the water. And I'm trying to make sure, get him further over. And then as I get closer and closer, I realize, no, he is not going to hit the water.
Oh.
He hit
that's not water.
A wood plank walkway right beside the water, and he landed right next to it, maybe 3 feet away from it. And not only when you're falling that distance, you're supposed to hit a button so he dives and he goes faster.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just dove and went faster, head first into this wooden plank right next to the water. Yeah, I hit it the next time. Hit the water the next time, but yeah, yeah, he died.
I love how in video games,
It's a crazy distance he had to fall.
when it's something you're not expecting, or like you forgot about fall damage, or it's a new game and you don't know if there's fall damage.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's something you know is going to be okay, and it's such a distance, you start feeling like the falling drop.
Oh yeah.
Like in your gut.
And when I
That's
first
so
walked him off the
fucking cool
ledge,
to me.
yeah,
You're just, oh.
yeah, that's exactly what I felt.
Yeah. That's so cool to me that video games can do that.
Yeah.
Like movies, And like, I guess it's the same reaction kind of like, everybody's like, you see somebody get kicked in the nuts and the guy's like, oh, that hurts. Like, I don't have that like mental tie together, because no, that's not me. I don't, yeah, like I know what that feels like, but that doesn't pain me to see that.
See, right now Peter could walk in here and kick you in the dick, and I wouldn't feel it at all. I wouldn't be like, oh, it hurts watching that, because no, it doesn't.
This is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you.
But speaking of movies, I watched a movie last night.
Oh yeah, we watched. Was that before last episode that we watched Guardians?
No, I would say I watched something else last night, but no, yeah. Was it before or after? I can't remember. No, we saw it on Sunday, so yeah, it was the day before.
Oh, okay, because I watched The Machine on Tuesday.
Yeah,
it was fucking good.
Yeah, I should probably watch that sometime. But no, I watched another movie, a little something called Cocaine Bear last night.
Oh, you finally found it?
I finally watched it. No, it's on Peacock.
Oh, okay. I don't think I have.
Peacock, and yeah.
I don't think I have Peacock.
Yeah, I told you I was going to get that to you, but I forgot. And I was scrolling through. I finally got it working again, so I saw it on there. I'm like, I'm going to watch that.
Because that's what I was going to try to pull up on the Amazon Fire Stick stuff, that it wasn't loading and wouldn't do anything. Yeah. So might have to try that again after this, because I want to watch the Transformers too, but I'm going to watch it at home.
Yeah. See, I kind of want to watch it in the theater.
I don't.
In 3D. You know.
Like, I wanted to go watch The Machine in theaters because I wanted to be able to contribute towards like the box office. Like, oh, it's only $14. I don't care. I want to support Burt Kreischer.
I just wanted to see Optimus Primal in a big screen.
I have a big screen. Just sit closer.
IMAX. You don't have 3D.
3D is still trash.
I love 3D.
Trash. I can't believe with how, like, and they even went on a tangent for a while of having like the active and the passive glasses, and Samsung, Sony, LG all battling each other, and Panasonic and this and that. Like, they even had great ideas with them of like, I think it was Panasonic and Sony. Sony pushed it a lot because obviously the PS3 was like, if we had this TV set up with the 3D stuff, I would have a pair of glasses on. You have a pair of glasses on. If anybody else was watching, they would get physically ill from watching. But we would be playing split screen. Both of us have the whole screen. I would only see my screen because my glasses sees one panel and yours sees the other panel. So there's no screen peeking.
Nice.
And we both enjoy the full screen.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool as shit. However, anybody else in the room can't watch it.
Yeah.
With like, it looked awful.
You might want to go do something else.
Yeah,
you might not want to watch us play.
Awful.
Yeah.
Trying to watch when they were demoing that in the store.
I was playing, speaking of two-player, I was playing Halo Cooperative with somebody and driving the Warthog, and there's a limited amount of time you have to get away from this or that you're going to die.
Yeah.
And I don't know which way to go, and he kept saying, go right. So, of course, I'm going right. You know,
yeah.
My right hand is right. He wanted to be telling me to go left. He was saying that the right side of the screen, you know, like if the
what?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
The right side of the
like
screen.
He was pointing at the screen, like, no, this is right. I'm like, no, this is my right hand. This is right. That's why I'm turning that way.
Okay, well,
like he was doing it backwards.
Figure out your lefts and rights if you're listening, and think about that till next week. Yeah, we're at hour 4. I did install Premiere Pro and AutoPod on my computer with a free trial to try it out. It's okay because I had to match up the audio and video from last week's because it was trash and didn't do anything. Thanks, Buzzsprout. Not Buzzsprout, sorry. They're great. Riverside.
Yeah. Before we go out, though, I do want to mention that in Cocaine Bear, that bear really likes cocaine.
That happens. Yeah, like I've heard the story of it.
Well, the real bear died.
Well, yeah,
away.
shortly. It wasn't right away.
Well, it was pretty quick.
It was like an hour.
Oh, I didn't.
Like 15 minutes or an hour.
I'd read something. I thought it was a lot sooner than that. But either way,
yeah,
it didn't go on a rampage like this one did.
But yeah, so I might try out a couple video edits and chop up some stuff to see how the Autopod Reels cutter works.
And we're not talking about cocaine when he says chop some stuff up, okay?
Oh, yeah, no, talking about video editing.
Yes.
Freudian slip. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Some Offense Intended. YouTube is at Some Offense Intended. Twitter, Some Offense Pod. Share the podcast, please, and thank you.
And like.
Yep, like, share, subscribe. Have YouTube energy. Goodbye.